Hey kids, welcome to my fourth installment of my Dollar Tree Theater. Uh, this was inspired by Hobbs Horror, who started the uh, Dollar Tree Theater here on YouTube. Uh, I know Jennifer Tochi is another person who's doing it. Patrick from Have Cheetah Will View is also doing it, and today I'm doing a really oddball bit of cinematic strangeness called Dollface. Uh, this, I think there's like a sincere attempt at trying to do something interesting, but it still comes off as something that I hope Riff Tracks gets a hold of someday. Another thing that's really interesting, I got this movie. It's from Echo Bridge. It's copyrighted 2021, which means it was released basically to Dollar Tree. That's what it appears to be. This is a Blu-ray. And DVD pack. Let's see, and it's the lead actress's name. I'm unsure how to pronounce it. Hopefully you can read that. She's French. But she has. It's probably Eurasian. She's at least part Japanese. Well, this movie, she plays a young woman named Marmalade. And her grandmother has died, and she has left her condo in a high-rise, and it's filled with a bunch of dolls. The two lawyers, right away, their theme music is sort of comical. They're a bit quirky. There's a stipulation. She has to take care of the dolls for a particular amount of time. I'm not sure how long it was, but she will inherit the condo after this time period. It really, right away you know that the dolls are aware of her. It's just they end up having like creepy shots of dolls, and there's one doll whose head moves in this scene with the lawyers that are basically reading the will. One lawyer keeps on telling her about the dolls, just don't look in their eyes. And when he's leaving, be careful, they bite. So that kind of sets a certain comical tone to some of the proceedings. And the odd thing is, I mean, when she finally talks, the Marmalade, it's to the dolls, but it's in voiceover. So you kind of makes sense a little bit that she's talking to the dolls, cutesy and all that, and she does honestly, after being cutesy, it kind of seems obvious that she knows that they're alive, which is just odd. Uh, but after a while, when actually the first scene you notice it, she goes to her psychiatrist, and whenever she talks, it's in voiceover. It's not her physically talking. And he understands her. He can hear her. And that's how it is throughout the whole movie. Whoever she talks to, she's talking in voiceover. Her lips aren't moving, and they hold conversations. And that's one of the oddball things about it. I kind of liked it. I kind of liked the movie, but I still think like Riff Tracks should get a hold of this eventually, because I'd love to see what they would do with it. But yeah, this is kind of hard to describe. A lot of it's really strange and kind of you feel it feels experimental on one hand, and a touch amateurs on another. Some of the things, I mean, the character actors, the two lawyers in the beginning, and the psychiatrist, they help hold the movie up, even though there's a lot of hammy acting among this trio. Then there's not sure if he's a regular actor or not, because she eventually meets up with somebody called the Doll Fixer, played by Tim Dax. He's homeless. He lives in an alley, but he is excellent at fixing dolls. He basically gives more information to her, and he figures into this ending that doesn't make any sense. Honestly, it just doesn't make any sense with the rest of the movie. But a lot of people are just going to view it as a bad movie, and technically I think it is a bad movie. It's weird artistic choices don't necessarily work, but in an odd way, it's really fun to watch this movie. A bit dragging here and there. I mean, it's a short movie. It's an hour and 15 minutes, but there are times when it feels like it's too long. But getting back to Tim Dax, the doll fixer, the guy has a tattoo over most of his head. And face. It's one tattoo, just kind of like the solid color. But all these guys kind of, the character actors and this individual kind of hold the movie together and prop it up. Otherwise, it'd probably become tedious. Because they're all eccentric, all of them, especially the psychiatrist. He's pretty wacky. But let's see. Let me mention the director, Stuart Paul, who also wrote it. He has done a few other things. Let's see. I know you got writer. Let's see. As a director, he has 10 credits. Blind Ghost, Nun's Deadly Confession, Remote Viewing. Who knows if any of these are actually normal? Just normal narrative. This is somewhat normal if you really look at it in an abstract way, and eventually, like the explanation of why the dolls seem to be evil seems kind of conventional for some movie. I mean, this odd and weird. Uh, yeah, for $1, especially, I said, I recommend checking it out. Even if it's for a laugh, you know, uh, interesting, surreal, uh, oddball. uh, that's all I can say about it. It's an oddball movie that might be good for a laugh. I was amused by it. Not laugh out loud, but I was amused by it. Well, that's it for this installment of Dollar Tree Theater. Also, check out Hobbs Horror and Jennifer Tochi and Have Cheetah Will View. They're all doing it. And if anybody, you find anybody else doing it, check those out. Until next time, stay safe and always have a good time. Bye now.